Hello, welcome to the Acorn Virtual Retreat. My name is Jules Cooper and I'm a yoga teacher and sound therapist. Today I'd like to offer you some classical sun salutations. And these sun salutations are really great for building up a nice flow. They're a great way to start your day or any time during the day if you have a bit of free time. So when we bring flow into the body, it allows creativity to blossom in the mind as well. So it has so many effects, not only on the body. So how we're going to do this, we're going to begin with some wrist warm-ups because there is a little bit of downward dog in these postures, but not much. But we just want us to warm up our wrists first, and then we'll move through the classical sun salutations together. Okay, so we're going to begin sitting just while we do the wrist warm-up. So you can sit cross-legged like I am here, or you can sit on your knees like this. Good, so just find whatever is comfortable for you. So we're going to sit comfortably to begin, and then we're just going to offer our hands and make your hands into loose fists, and then just begin to circle your wrists. In one direction and then in the other direction. Good, lovely. Bring your hands into prayer at the heart center, turn your fingers away and then towards the heart. Let your breathing regulate, become nice and steady. The breath is such an important part of yoga. And if you work with Ujjayi breath, then work with Ujjayi breath. Otherwise, just long, deep breathing. Good. Offer your right hand, take the right fingers and open through the soft side of the wrist. Release and change sides. Shake your hands out. Great. Okay, so before we start the sun salutations, it would be a great idea if you did the little warm-up that I recorded for the virtual retreat before this. That would be a really nice lead-on from one to the next. So you could link those two together, and then you have a longer class, and you also have the warm-up before the classical sun salutations. I'm going to keep the sun salutations simple, and we're going to work through twice through them. We work through the right, then the left. What we're going to do is we're going to do the first time around, we're going to do it slowly, taking time between each posture so that you can get a sense of what we're doing and how the posture feels. The second time through, we're going to move through a little bit quicker. Okay, so maybe just a breath or two in each posture and then move through, and you'll get more of a sense of the flow with that, working that way. So I hope that sounds good to you. Let's come to the front of the mat. So join me in a standing posture, either with your big toes touching or your big toe joints, or if you struggle with balance a little bit, you can separate your feet if that helps you with your balance. So really important to find a nice posture before we begin so that you're nice and straight. Bring your hands to the heart center, gaze down towards your middle fingers, and just pause a moment here before we begin. So let's begin by centering ourselves and just recognizing what arises here as we're stood in mountain pose, preparing ourselves for classical sun salutations. Good, and then inhale, open your palms. Open your chest, take your arms back. Exhale, bring your hands back into prayer. Inhale, lift your arms up. And if you want to do a little back bend here, you just take your pelvis forward. Be careful with your back. And then exhale, we're going to fold all the way down, either hands on the floor or on the shins. Good. Exhale, step back with your right leg. Drop onto your right knee. Place the top of the foot on the floor and then rise up. Good. Just feel this posture here, Anjali Asana, a lovely heart opener. Be careful if you have a sense sensitive lower back, then just take this posture backwards a little bit so that you're more in line, so that you're not stretching in front of that right leg. Exhale, bring your hands down into by either side of the foot, turn the toes, and then step back into downward dog. Good. We're going to hold downward dog here. If this doesn't suit you, you can always come down into cat. Otherwise, downward dog. We'll take a few breaths here. Good. On your next in-breath, gaze towards your hands and then step your right foot in between the hands or towards the hands. Drop the left knee, come onto the top of the left foot, lift up onto your fingertips as you gaze forward. So here we've got a lovely stretch coming through that left side. Good. Take a couple of breaths here. And then exhale, turn onto your left toes and step forward towards the front of your mat and fold. Inhale, rise up. Bring your arms in front of you and open up. Just as we did, imagine the sun shining down on your chest, opening up, and then exhale back into prayer. Good, brilliant. Left side. Inhale, arms back, palms forward. Exhale into prayer. Inhale, lift, open up. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale, step back with that left leg. Drop onto your left knee. Take the toes back, lift the arms up. And just as I said, you can take the body forward a little bit if you want to open through the chest and get a little back bend, or you can keep it nice and easy. That's the great thing about these sun salutations. You can tailor make them to where you are physically. Good. Exhale. Bring your hands to the mat, turn your left toes and step back into downward dog or into cat. Your feet in downward dog are hip distance apart. And if this is too much for you, you can bend your knees, which is a great modification in downward dog. It's one of my favourites. So ideally, in downward dog, I would rather that you had bent knees and a straight spine rather than straight legs and a rounded spine. Okay, so it's better to have your knees bent if you struggle with straightening your spine through this. Good. Okay. So drop your head, make sure your head is just hanging. Good. And on your next in-breath, gaze towards your hands and step your left foot forward. You might have to do that in stages, so I'll demo that. You might have to do that here, and sometimes you might have to just give your leg a little lift up, and that's absolutely fine, so do that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the great thing about yoga, there are so many modifications. Drop your right knee down and take your right toes back. Come up onto your fingertips and gaze forward. Good, lovely. So if you want to stretch this, if you want to go a bit further, creep that left foot forward a little bit and then open up through the chest. Good. And then exhale, turn your right toes and bring the right foot to meet the left at the front of the mat. Drop your head in and fold. Good. Inhale, rise up. Bring your arms out to the front. A little bit of tightness through your lower belly as you rise up there, just to support the back. Inhaling, open up to the sun. And exhaling, bring your hands to prayer. Good. Let's do that again. One more time through on each side. And hopefully you'll be getting an idea of the flow, of the sequence. Good, here we go. So begin hands in prayer, drop your shoulders, relax your elbows. Inhale, arms back, open the chest. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, begin to fold all the way down. A lovely fold all the way down. Look at your knees. Inhale, step back with with your right leg, drop down onto your right knee, right toes behind, rise up into Anjali Asana. Palms are facing each other, chest is open. Be careful with your knee. If you need a little cushion under your knee, then do that. Exhale, bring your hands down, frame that foot, frame the left foot, and turn the right toes. And as you exhale, we're going to step back into downward dog. We're going to hold this here. I always like to hold downward dog for a couple of breaths. Even though we're moving through the flow, I just think downward dog is such a beautiful posture. It has so many benefits. It's amazing for your lower back. Good, let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale, step forward with your right foot. Drop down on your left knee. Take the left toes behind, come up onto your fingertips and gaze forward. Shoulders back. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Turn your toes under, step forward and fold. Inhale, rise up. Bring your arms out front. Gaze up. Oh, exhale, hands into prayer. Let's work with the left side. Inhale, take your arms back. Exhale, hands prayer. Inhale, gaze up, arms open. Ready to receive. Exhale and folding all the way down. Inhale, step back with your left leg, drop down onto your left knee, left toes behind, rise up. Exhale, bring your arms down to the mat, turn your left toes, step back plank. Sorry, downward dog. Could do plank if you wanted. You could do a little vinyasa if you wanted here. But we're keeping it simple. I just want you to learn the basics of this beautiful flow. And then inhale, step forward with your left foot. Drop down onto your right knee, right toes behind, come up onto your fingertips. Gaze forward, open through the chest. The sternum is leading here. Exhale, turn your toes, bring your feet together and fold. Hands off the floor or on the floor. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the ceiling and gaze up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Pause. Close your eyes. And just notice, first of all, can you feel your heartbeat? Beating maybe a little bit stronger. Can you feel any energy moving through your body? And that can feel like a gentle buzzing or like a little fizzing sensation. Maybe you can feel that in the palms of your hands. Just noticing the difference to how you're feeling now. So before we began, and remember we've only done 2 lots of these sun salutations, just notice how quick it is to change how you're feeling. Good. Let's come down to our mat to finish class, or to finish this mini session. Let's bring our hands to prayer here. And we'll just give thanks to our bodies and to the practice of yoga. And we'll finish by saying Om Shanti, which means peace to you and peace to me. Om Shanti. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoyed those sun salutations, and I hope you can practice them yourself whenever you need to find some peace and stillness, and yet find some flow through the body, some creativity. Have a great day. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.